SpaceX is going public tomorrow, and that's a big deal. But the question is, will the stock price take off like the rockets? Let's go live now to Joe Ciolli. He is the executive director and author of the First Trade newsletter at Business Insider. Joe, thank you for your time. Appreciate it. So if you are looking at trends, what do you think will happen for SpaceX come tomorrow?
Yeah, I think we're going to be in for a lot of volatility. This is an offering that has actually been given a lot of allocation to retail investors. So everyday people with E-Trade or Robinhood accounts are going to be having an outsized impact on what this does to the stock market. And so just to give you an idea, SpaceX is giving 30% of its shares to retail investors. Companies usually give about 5%. So they're really going to be relying on the people at home on their trading accounts to keep this thing afloat. And what that does is it introduces a risk of volatility, people getting wet feet, if they decide that they don't want to, if they see the institutional money not doing what they want. So it's going to be a rocky road, and depending on what time it trades, we're going to be in for a pretty volatile few hours.
Wow. Okay, so if the IPO does well, what could that mean for people who plan to invest?
Yeah, so if it does well, it's going to really do most for the people that have already owned stock for a long time. So those are like the longtime employees, the founders. But then there's also, people that have bought on the IPO and they're going to enjoy a nice windfall there. And then the question becomes, when do you actually sell? When do you take that profit? When do you, cash that into actual currency? And, that's the longer term question is if people see a nice big jump on the first day, are they going to stay in or are they going to be a weak hand and bail for the exits and take their money? I think that's a big question, and it's a big reason why we could see a lot of price swings in the first several days.
Do you think SpaceX is worth their evaluation?
That's a huge question, yeah, because they don't make money. They're not profitable as of their last quarter. We just got to look into their financials. They would be the 7th most valuable company in the world right away, and all of those other companies are profitable. Even Tesla, which is about the 10th most valuable company, is slightly less profitable than the others, but it still is. So that's the big argument for why it's overvalued. I mean, how could you possibly assign a valuation so far down the line to something that's currently losing money? And so a lot of people think the upside is there and they're in for the long haul. So that's the bull case.
Very interesting. Joe Ciolli, thank you for the conversation.
Thank you.